Well, fellow bow hunters, I want to give you a quick synopsis here of what I'm thinking I'll expect today. I've got a pretty nice sunny sky here in west central Missouri. We got northwest winds, relatively light, becoming southwest by the end of the day. And where I'll be setting up is an area where my cutting-back camera has been getting quite a few shots of some really nice bucks. I had an encounter with them a few weekends ago. Couldn't get a shot off. Things didn't come together, and I've learned from experience to not rush the shot because you just make mistakes and you end up looking stupid. You want to do the ethical thing. I've got a lot of timber to the west, and I think this is kind of a sanctuary area where they like to bed, and like to kind of stay out of there if possible and let them kind of move my way. But if everything comes together, I've got a deer cane spot back in there they've been visiting, a nice little cozy staging area where I think they feel pretty comfy. So I'm gonna shoot a few arrows, get dressed up, and head on in. Alright guys, those were 3 quick arrows. First one I'll accept. The second 2, not enough rest in between shots. No, I'm not going to adjust my sights. I think we're going to apply, trying to get on the stand and hurrying up through it. I don't shoot a whole ton, but I'm going to accept that. Like I said, those are 20-yard shots, and that's probably the max of my hunting capabilities there. You have to know your limits. Well, I just checked the cutty back. Some pretty good bucks on there. Can't wait to show them to you. A couple of them were coming in evening hours when there was still plenty of light to do some damage. Okay guys, by the time I get everything squared away here, it'll be about 4:45. Wind is pretty calm. Sun's right in my face. Always remember a cap. Keep the sun out of your face. The sun goes down, make sure you replace it with something warm. Get the release on here and see if we get some action. See you after a bit. Well, I'm not even completely set up yet, and I just got busted by a doe. But there's plenty of deer out there, so I'll sit tight and see what happens. And that doe came out maybe 30 minutes ago. Top center of the screen. And she blew and took off. But this area is very deery. So I'm going to sit tight. Alright, I'm down out of the stand, and let me give you a quick story here. I'm not sure whether I connected on this buck or not, but this is one of those two bucks that I've been getting on the trail camera, and he came through the same spot. This time he came through by himself. I think his brother was, or his buddy was about 50-60 yards west of me, about an hour and a half before sunset. But this guy, he came through where they both came through a couple weekends ago, and I was running out of light, and I can hear some of them blowing off in the distance, but it's not them. It's not that buck, because he took off a different direction. But I'm gonna walk over here and see if I got any blood on this arrow. Keep your fingers crossed. Alright guys, it's about 20 minutes later. I did some searching in the tall grass. Not gonna find an arrow. Gonna be like looking for a needle in a haystack. So I'm probably gonna have to continue the search tomorrow. I just called the landowner, let him know what the story was. Might have made a connection on a big buck, but we'll hopefully pick up the search again in the morning. Good morning. Well, we're back out here again, and this time we got the light of the sun. It's about 8:45 here in west central Missouri. Gonna get back in here and see if we can find a blood trail, get our arrow. Hopefully we don't find a wounded animal. Hopefully, yeah, that buck's on the ground. That would be really nice. Been sweating over it all night. I do not like to make bad shots. It's I get really irritated with myself when I do, and if you don't, then you guys need to kind of check your hunting blood pressure, because I really think it's a matter of ethics, and I think we owe it to the animal to make as ethical as the shot as possible. Now, I am a licensed professional land surveyor in Missouri and a licensed surveyor in the state of Kansas, and this is one of the items that I use in my line of work to find the monumentation that represents property corners. And I'm going to go in here today with this metal detector, and it's going to help me hopefully make quick work of finding that arrow that went in the tall grass. And for you allergy sufferers like me, it's nice to see some frost on the ground. Alright, there's the back side of the stand. I think I'm going to run over there and climb up it and kind of look back this way and get a vantage point of where the arrow may have gone in. Alright, there's the bow and the metal detector laying on the ground out there. And that would have been my window of shooting right in pretty close in that vicinity there. You can see that I had to fight a few limbs and stuff to, you know, consider my shot placement. Alright, there's the stand. And then on this line all the way back here, I've used the metal detector to search through that crossing there, and I found the typical metal that washes in and stuff when it rains and whatnot, but I find no arrow remnants. So perhaps it deflected off one of those hedge limbs. I'll check that. I'll go ahead and check that now. Well, I've followed the path I thought he took to the west where we meet the big timber here. I have seen no trace of an arrow, any real fresh deer sign, any limbs snapping, blood, anything. Bottom line is I think I just made a bad shot. You gotta be careful about dusk. It's upsetting to me, guys, it really is. Man, I sure wish I could have found that arrow or something. Tough deal. Alright guys, I did some backtracking, and right now this is this pocket that's probably about 30 yards west of the stand where the deer always show up. This is where he ran to and stopped. I don't know how good a blood this is, but I did find some. Let me show it to you. A little bit there. We got some running down these tall blades of grass. I don't know how long they're going to stick around. There's this dew, oh wait, there's some more. Pretty good little splotch right in there. I'll get back with you. Went ahead and got this blood marked with some surveyor's flagging. That's a pretty good drop there. Ran all the way down that blade of grass. Okay, so like I was saying, right in this area is where he stopped and stood, probably trying to get his bearings, and then he headed for the timber to the west. Now let's see if we can pick that trail up. Well, I just ran into another big batch of blood here. I'd say about, probably not more than 150 feet west, which is straight where he ran. And I don't know last night whether I heard a crash or what, but I was thinking I might have heard a crash when he ran. But you know how it is, you just sleep on it and think about these things and just try to rerun the hunt in your head. But that area over there where I was searching for the arrow is full of rock outcrop, and it just didn't sound like it hit a rock to me. It almost sounded like it hit bone. But I've never had that experience in the wild hearing it hit bone before, so we'll keep tracking. Let me show you this blood here. There's quite a bit more in this area. I threw that flagging in there for scale. There's quite a little bit more. I almost got sidetracked on chasing down a bushy tail here, but I think I'm going to skip that because I'll probably end up losing this blood trail. Seems like it's kind of picking up. There's some more over there. Well, I've been trying to see for like the last 15 minutes where he went from here. There's quite a few trails that run off in several directions, and well, we have probably, I would say, tracked him for a good football field from the shot area. Well guys, I've done what I think was made a good effort at trying to find this buck. I've been here since about 8:30 this morning. It's working on noon. The blood that I've found is not gushing. It's almost like it was some kind of an extremity shot. And the trail has come to an end, so I don't know. It's kind of pointing up to where that buck was bedding that I just bumped. Kind of works because he's kind of bedded right now, or he was before I bumped him with regard to the wind. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. Shoot straight. I missed again. I'm not happy about it.